Everyone, Michelle Fix-It here. Today we're going to be changing out the back window on a Trailblazer. This is a 2006 Chevy Trailblazer. We also have a 2003, but we only have one of them that needs a window change out. So I went on eBay, I ordered, you guys are on cam, I ordered the replacement window, and we're going to start this going, okay? So one of the first things that we're going to end up having to do after we open up the package is we're going to inspect to make sure that it looks like everything is good on this new replacement. And then we're going to have to take off the interior panel for the vehicle. And unfortunately, it's a chilly, yucky day, but things have to happen. Toss that to the side, let the dog step on it immediately. Alright. Throw our personally identifying information over there under the box. Put our handy dandy razor blade back up again. This one has the clip on it, so you want to make sure that you have the clip. It's right here. You're going to want to make sure that that's on there properly. And actually, this is not a brand new one. This is, I forgot that this one is one from a junkyard through eBay. Still trying to hunt down the trim for right here on the other door. We did not do the damage to this vehicle. We just caught a deal on it, so we bought it. So the previous people, I believe strongly that the previous people locked themselves out of the vehicle because it had some key issues that they were trying to figure out, and then they changed the battery on the key fob and they put it in backwards. There was a whole bunch of stuff that I had to work on with this truck of just like, really? So I'm heavily assuming that they busted this window out because of all those key issues that I ended up correcting. So now we're getting into fixing their mess ups. No offense, guys, they were nice people, but you know. So we're gonna punch this out. I'm only doing this for you guys benefit. But clearly it already is making it where this whole thing is coming out, and that's not how that's supposed to work. So I'm gonna stop punching because I'm gonna roll the window down first, and then I'm gonna get along with the rest of the video. So we'll punch it out in just a second. So take note, you want to roll your window down. It just makes for ease of this whole transition. So we have to, let's get you guys closer. We're going to have to undo this guy. Man, you guys are just going everywhere because of cam. So right here, I know, quality of videos, whatever. I'm solo and I'm a woman working on a vehicle, so like, cut me some slack, okay? Even though I'm like sideways on your screen right now because of, I guess I could do better. All right, let me fix it. There you go. I never claimed to be Michelle, the tech savvy person. I claimed to be Michelle Fix-It. Okay, so we have this little guy right here. I'm going to turn cam off for a minute because he's kind of annoying. So right here, man, is it supposed to make life easier? Right here, we're going to get a flathead screwdriver and pop this guy out to expose his screws or his bolts. And then we are going to take off these little covers right here, pop this guy out right here, listen to my dog complain that I'm outside and not giving her attention and I'm working on a vehicle. And then we're going to end up very nicely and gently popping out all the trim for the door. And then after we're done with that, we're gonna pop the door panel off. We'll have a screw that's exposed here. Should be a 10 based off of research. Pop that guy off, pull this guy out. Pull this guy out, minus this. I don't know if my Trailblazer has this. We have 2 Trailblazers. And then pop the new one in, and then do the same situation in reverse. That's it. I mean, I say that's it, but like, if you watch a video, they're gonna be like, it's a 2-minute video, but it actually takes you like an hour to do it. Well, you know what? You get the whole thing with me. That's just what happens. But I'm gonna be nice, and I'm gonna pause you while I get my tools. All right, so we're back. So, being that my husband cat reorganizes the garage all the time, even though the majority of the tools are mine, I was able to find this little bitty flathead and this very dull chisel, because like I don't know where any of my stuff is, because he moves it all around all the time. Anyways, but I did get one of my Craftsman guys, and so that should have a fair amount of tools in it. I like the carrying case ones because then I can, like, I don't like having to go back and forth to a toolbox. I just don't. Like, we have toolboxes, but I just prefer to grab the guy and bring it over to the project I'm working on, and boom, bang, call it a day. All right, so I'm gonna use the teeny tiny flathead to come over here. We're gonna just nicely pop this guy out. Just going around the edge of it, loosening it up. Pops out like so. Ew, it's all crusty. That's awesome. Love that. I'm about to get rained on. So we're gonna clean this because this is gross. All right, and we're gonna go on a whim because I don't know the size of this. Of course my 10 is missing. Ugh. There are like jokes about that. Like, so true. Okay, it's not a 10. It's clearly not a 10. Maybe it's a... Somebody in the audience is like, it's a this size. Okay, well, I can't hear you because, like, I'm out here by myself. I'm gonna try an 8. Is it an 8? It's not an 8. Maybe it's a 7. So you're gonna kind of mess around and try to find the right size for this guy. It's 7. Alright. So, me being me and being terrible, which you guys can't see, is me looking through my handy dandy toolbox and realizing that I don't have the correct size ratchet for this one, and I don't have an adapter. So that being said, those guys are not going to work. I need a 7, so now I have to go get more tools. I swear, if like I ever become YouTube famous and make all the monies on YouTube, which is totally not going to happen, I'm gonna have a personal assistant just to keep my tools organized the way that I want them to be, because it's frustrating. So I'm gonna pause you guys again to find a ratchet to go with this 7mm socket. Okay? Okay. So I've pulled out toolbox number 2. I have a few of them. And let's see. Oh, this one actually has all of its pieces. Okay, so by the end of the video, I am going to make sure that I make sure to put all my pieces back into this box, because this one is smaller than the other one. It is more portable. As you can see, there's a size difference. But all the pieces are currently there, and I want it to stay that way. So, I need an extender for this. Look at that, I have an extender. Ha! Pacha! Fantasticness of life when things work out properly. All right, let's get you back down here. There we go. All right, so let's work on getting this guy out, as in the other way. I wish I had my drill. It'd be so much faster if I had my drill. Perils of Michelle Fix-It's life, not having the tools available when she needs them. This is why people have like apprenticeships, I think, just so that they have like a gopher that like has to learn the importance of keeping their tools organized, even though when they get busy, they're not trying to keep their tools organized. All right, there's one. I know, super boring stuff. This is when like more courteous creators would like pause you guys and be like, look, the screw's out. No, you get the whole video. Crusties and all. Alright, so we're going to put these guys in our first toolbox, because that's how I roll. I just shove everything back in the toolbox. Put this here. And use our little itty-bitty flathead guy. Scratch it up in the process. I have replacements for these because they also broke one. So I just like lightly nudge it. I'm just kind of working my way around. You can always just rip them off of there, but then like you gotta replace them, and it's a Trailblazer, so you gotta replace them a couple times anyways. So this one actually has all of its feet. I call them feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the little pokey guy. And the pokey guy goes right there. And this one's more fancy than mine. I don't have the chromies on mine. All right, so we got this guy, we got that guy. I do not think the two side doors. It's been a minute since I've had it. Ooh, there's glass right there. You see the glass? Why are you guys dark? Hello? Why are you dark? You shouldn't be like almost dead. You're not almost dead. I don't know why you're dark. Apologies, the camera's acting up. Alright, so should be that we have all of our screws out of here. Oh, this guy. We had to pop this guy out too, and I just threw my little bitty screwdriver in there. So I didn't have to use the chisel. And I just wiggle and jiggle. Come on. There's a little poppy guy. He'll pop out. You better not break, because he'll be mad. Come on. There we go. Alright, there's one side. Oh, you butthead. Come on. Don't you realize that, like, we're filming? And, like, people's time is super important, and it's grumpy whenever we don't, like, fast forward and cut to the chase and all that stuff. Alright, where's your little clippy guy? It's been a minute. Just pull it. Eek. No. Oh, there it is. So this little guy on the side right here. You see this little guy? If you have that itty bitty little screwdriver that I threw, after I left it away, then you would just like push that with the itty bitty screwdriver. So it turns out that like even though I couldn't find what I wanted, what I had, there we go. What I had was good. So we just smushes this in and pull at the same time. Ah. There we go, and there you are, and your little thingy is out. Just as a heads up, your windows, if you have one of these guys popped out, it's not going to work. So when you get to the testing part, you got to make sure you put this guy back in. It has little clippies, which is why I went from like the largest surface first to just create a gap, and then I went to here, so that way it would like be able to chunk out, and then I loosened up again, and then chunked out on the shorter side. So longer sides first, then shorter sides for ease of chunking. All right. Now to the handly stuff. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta go around the side of the door. So I'm going to super duper duper carefully, use this chisel that I should not be using, and I should be using like a flat screwdriver, special whatever thing, because I can totally damage this vehicle that we bought. Ugh. Man. Alright, so being that this has been like pulled or something, you can see that one of the clippings is right there. On my Trailblazer, I typically start on the bottom, so I'm going to see if I have better success with that. Which there's one right here. So now that I feel it, and there's space. Oh, there we go. I'll work my way up. Use my knee. Oh, what in the world? I got stuff falling out on me. Come on now. Trailblazer, keep yourself together. Your innards are coming out during the video. It's a personal moment for this Trailblazer. I think it's just astounded that it has an owner that actually cares about it. Well, one of its owners cares enough to work on it. I don't know. This is dangly bit down there. What has happened to you? Do you think you're like the only little plastic thing holding the Trailblazer together? Okay. Got this. Got that. Now, you jiggle and wiggle and ka-cha! Look at that! The door pedal came off! It's magic! Oh, here's that little flippy dippy guy. So let's put our little flippy guy back. Alright. And you're going to want to look at your little clippy guys. So, clippy, this one clippy is good. This clippy is not good. This clippy is good. This clippy is super sad. Look at him. You see how he's like broken? So, on Amazon, there's like a whole package of like aftermarket replacement clippy guys. I'll have to try to find it because I have one of them because, again, I have a Trailblazer that is happier than this Trailblazer, even though like my Trailblazer is way older and has way more miles. So if you're missing one of the feet, like this guy, he's solidly fine. He has 2 feet on each side, which like are little grabbies. But if you're missing feet, or if you're just totally missing this guy, like they just pop out and then they just pop back in. But I'm gonna have to hopefully find my little pack of aftermarket things. Might have to phone a husband cat because he's at work. But this one is broken. You see how it's like mobile? That's not good. You gotta fix that. All right. So, it's a tutorial on all of that. This is, well, that's where the punch out worked. Look at this, guys. Come over here and spectate on this. So this little guy is supposed to have some plasticky stuff that like smushes him and holds this in here, and like clearly does not happen. So, and again, I don't know about that thing. So we're gonna take that out. Supposedly that's supposed to be a 10. You also should be wearing gloves. I don't like wearing gloves. I like being able to feel what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So be cautious, because if you're dealing with this busted out window thing, it's probably because you had to break out or somebody broke out the window. So glass is sharp. It will hurt you. Don't touch it. Don't rub it all over your body. Don't do any dumb stuff with it. It's bad. Okay, so now I'm looking for my 10. My 10, there's my 10. This was the full set. Found the 10. Alright. Close up. A little. Okay, so I have my 10. It has not ran away yet. I have this guy. I still have my extender on. I'm going to nicely put my one that I used in my other toolbox. I'm trying to keep my tools together. And then you're going to go ratchet, ratchet, ratchet. And then your neighbor's going to walk by and they're going to wonder why you're talking to yourself, because, like, you know, you keep saying you have a YouTube channel, but, like, I think they think, like, I'm a cuckoo bird. So you unscrew it. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. If you have a drill or a screw gun, people call them screw guns, then this would be a great opportunity to use it and just like chunk it out of there. So now we have our screw out. Put that over there, and then we try to make this guy connect. We're going to start on this side over here. Over here, this side. Try being a keyword, because admittedly, this is the first time that I have done this on this vehicle. So we're just gonna, oh yeah, look at that. Look at this brute strength. Ooh, personally identifying information. Stand by. Personally identified information is now blocked. Don't tell husband cat, he'll be mad at me. Okay, so we're gonna pull this off with our brute strength, because like we are crazy. Hang on. I want to get this on film. Ready? Ready? Yeah! See? I'm super strong. I didn't like that sound. Okay, I got a little carried away. Alright, so you nicely bark at by the dog. Alright, nicely pull this out. Xena, stop! Oh! Ow. actually really just be careful on that part. Alright, let me pull this guy out. And the glass is flying, and this thing is falling off. Take guys over here. Oh, it's because of my handy dandy off-brand duct tape. Let my broken window go. Oh, okay. Come on, put junk. There we go. Look at that. It came out. Bye-bye. Drama, just for you guys. Huh. This is what I'm looking for this driver window. Over there, in the front. The front driver window. So in the future, if I haven't found this guy yet, and you know where one of these guys are for the front driver window, let me know in the comments or an email or something, and I would be super happy with you. Please and thank you. Because as of yet, I have not been able to find it, and I don't even know why it's missing. But, like, just help Michelle fix it out with finding parts, because it's not like I don't have a ton of stuff that I have to look for all the time. Alright, so, we're gonna go to the new window. Or we could just leave it like this. Alright, so we're gonna shove this in here. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. And since this one has this weird trim piece, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to take a break really quick. I'm going to pause and see if my Trailblazer has that piece, because I don't know if my Trailblazer has that extra piece. So I don't know if that should be like a big part of this video or not. So I'm going to stop talking and go check my Trailblazer. So the answer is yes. My Trailblazer also has that piece. Turns out I don't know my Trailblazer as well as I thought I did. So we are going to stick this guy in here. We might have to take this thing off. How do you come off thing? Oh, like that. Oh, it has clippies too. It's a learning video. Oh, man. Okay, so wiggle and jiggle, or if you have a teeny tiny flathead, you might be able to like push a little bit on one of the sides, but all these little pieces are still good, so they don't have to be replaced. They are not in that plastic set that I was talking about. So now that goes over there. Oops, sorry. It goes over there with the door panel, and now we have better visibility. And we are going to line up these guys. Try to. I'm gonna smushes him in. Everybody else makes it look super easy. Okay. Line up your channel on the top. Okay. You know what? Okay, we're gonna take this this extra trim piece off because it is obnoxious. This is gonna go away temporarily. Okay, it's at least gonna go up like that. And then we're gonna have to make sure that we properly line it up with the windows so we don't mess something up, because if it, oh, you know what? Because it's been jostled anyways, this is something that was not talked about in the other videos. So let me show you something. Because yes, I watch videos too. Just to make sure. Because sometimes, the way that I think it should be done, somebody else has an easier way, and sometimes they have a longer way, and then I have to make a shorter way. Alright, so you see the window right here? So this lip is going to need to be like that with that window. Because if this lip gets messed up while you're taking that window out, guess what, buddy? Or baby? Your window's gonna not work. So that's your advice on making sure that your window and your trim piece are in the proper location. Because when seated properly, they should be like this. The window should be in between. If it's, I gotta try to make it wrong again. If it's not gonna wanna go in. Okay, so you have to move your window and do that. There we go. All right, let's see if we can get this guy in here now. Seriously. Oh, this husband cat was like, I'd really like it if you replaced my window before I got home. Okay, well, it's gonna be raining today, so I shall try. someone who surprises him with the window and his back headlights. They look yucky. Alright, so we're going to stick this guy back in again. Hold up. Let me make sure on something. This one is different than mine. Mine is rounded. Mine is rounded. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it work. So you see how this one is rounded right here? Is rounded, you see that? Dun, 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 dun. It's supposed to be for the Trailblazer. And if I would have paid attention, I would have noticed that this is rounded and this one is not rounded. Not rounded, rounded. So now we have to do a side-by-side comparison and find out if this window is the right window and if I have wasted 26 minutes and 23 seconds of my time. And possibly yours. Oh man! This is totally not the right window thing. Yeah, not at all. Holy poopers scoopers. I just did all this for not a reason. Man! You guys seeing this? You're not seeing this. Let me show you. I just knocked over my water. Spilled my water all over the place. Do you see the difference in space? This is not the right window for my Trailblazer. So it says that I have 30-day warranty, and I ordered this over 30 days ago because I've been busy. So now I have to order a new one and not surprise my husband with a new window. Yeah, it's not gonna fit because look at this. This is such a dumb Michelle move. Like, look at the size difference. Man. Oh! I'm gonna contact the seller and let them know that their thing is messed up and I need a new one because this one is clearly not for a Trailblazer. Or maybe it's for baby Trailblazer. I mean, maybe that's the thing. It's like they don't know that there should be a trim size difference. I don't know. But the window, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And that's a problem. So this is going to be a how-to video on putting... So in the event that you have the right size window, this is how you put your window back in. And it's super good that I didn't bust the tape out of that window. So you get your new window. Man. Oh. And you make sure that your clip is there, which we saw on the other one. And then you stick it. Oh man, it's got mud on it now too. Ah! I'm wiping it off on the old air filter from the Trailblazer. Alright, So, easy peasy. You stick it in here. Oh, okay, we stick it in from the other side. Come on. Hi-ho, hi-ho. It's off to work we go because we don't have the right parts. And now we're putting on a show. Alright, so we stick this guy in here like so. And then we make sure that our pieces are lined up on the top and the bottom. And then we slide it in like this. We hold it, and we put it into the trackies. This trackie, because this one on the outside has this little extra gunky stuff, and that has extra gunky stuff. So that's what you're aiming to line up with it. And look at how seamlessly that goes in instead of fighting with it. So if you're fighting with it, you might not have the right window, and you should always compare your parts before you start dismantling something. And because I was making a video and trying to be funny, I didn't do it. I did check to make sure the clip was there. Alright. And then we squishes all this stuff in here. And we bend this, we stick this in here, then we shove it down, and look at that, it's safe and sound. And then we make sure that our window is pushed up a little bit so that we can reseat. This is the part where you guys should be watching, because you'll have success. I get to make another video. So right here, I have my window. I have to make sure that my stuff is seated properly, which something clearly is not happy. And if you have to force it, something's wrong. As I proceed to bang on it. Somebody's not correct. Okay, what is getting stuck here? Somebody's getting stuck. Oh, because it's not on that second gasket. Hang on. Oh, it's better to look at it from the other side. So, make sure your window is pulled out. Which is like easier said than done because the window tries to just go over to the side. Alright, we're gonna use the window first, line it up, make sure that that just does what it's supposed to do, and then we'll be able to do it. Where's your little cookie guy? There's your cookie guy. Come here, cookie guy. Hey, stop running away. Alright, so we're gonna put this guy back in because otherwise our windows will not work. Ka-chunk. Sorry about that. We're going to roll our window up to make sure that everything's seated properly because that might be part of our issue. Alright, we're going to leave it up just to see if it makes it easier. Because we're not just talkers, we're doers, right? Alright, so we are going to... Here we go. Perfect. So now that the window is out, or up, now we're under the duct tape, which actually this window piece for you guys... We'll pull that one up and tuck that one under. Clearly, it still needs to be smushed some more. Me and my stupidity, I was punching it earlier. So if you have a piece of glass, if you actually have the appropriate piece before you roll up the window, you're gonna screw this guy in. I know, I say that afterwards, but I'm working with, there we go. Otherwise you gotta fight with it and stick it like that. And then we're gonna put our tin back in. And I have to show this video to Husband Cat as proof that, like, I tried. I tried and I failed because I didn't have the appropriate window size. But because I ordered parts way too in advance, which is a story of my life. I will do that. I will order the parts and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and this and this and this and this, and then something blows up in my face and I gotta put attention to that. And then by the time I get back to the parts, I'm like, oh man, this is not the right part. But normally it's just like AutoZone or Home Depot or somewhere where, like, they don't care how long it takes for me to return the parts. But eBay is different. Alright, and you're gonna have to take your little button guy back off again, this guy, because we put him on to roll the window up to make sure that everything was good. So we're gonna push this little tabby guy in again. Now when I say tabby guy, it makes me think of a tabby cat. Chunk. Put it to the side. We're gonna get our window panel. Oh yeah, don't forget this guy that I didn't know existed until, like, until I verified. No, we're gonna put him in after because he has a recession line, so yeah, he comes out like so. You line up his little clip, you smush, line up this clip, and you smush, you line up this clip, and you smush. And these are the same kind of clips that you have on the grill, so in the event that you need to change your headlights or something, that's the same kind of clips. So if you're changing your headlights, one, I have a video for that. Two, if you see this video before that video, those are the same style clips. Alright, and now we're going to make this guy come back through here, a little connection guy, chunk him. And we're going to put our top on first. And if you have this separation thing that goes on sometimes with Trailblazers, my videos get so much extra stuff. If you just, like, get a butter knife and you push in and then shove while the door is on there, then you can get rid of this spacing out that happens. That's just something that they do. But you can smush them back in. I'm not smushing this one back in because clearly I have to take door panel off again. And you're going to shove your clip through right here. Hold on to it because they don't give you a ton of slack on it. And you're going to lift the door up a little bit and get it where it's lined up. And then you're just going to play the go around the Trailblazer game. Play the go around the Trailblazer game. And reline up your little snappy guys and smush them in. And smush that guy in. And then right here. I'm not changing out the clippies right now because, again, I have to take this door off again. But now he's happy. Another thing that the Trailblazers do over time is you have some door separation. You just take your door off and then put your door back on and just, like, smush it. Like, the Trailblazers, they just want to be smushed all the time. They're like the Dobermans. If you have a Doberman, you know what I'm talking about because they're Velcro dogs. But, like, they just want attention. The Trailblazers just want to be, like, smushed every so often because they want attention. Like, the engine's great, the trans is great, so many things are great. Electronics, they'll get you wherever you want to go, but they just need a little smushing every now and then because they're like, yeah, you didn't have to do any major repairs to me, so can you just, like, squish my door panel, please? And that way I know that you love me. I know, this is what it is. I've had that other Trailblazer for like 18 years, and she just wants to be smushed every now and then because she's so good. It's like her version of a hug. Alright, so we're going to put this guy back in, line him up, give him a smush. Again, smushes all around. Ka-cha, that's happy. I'm not putting in these guys. If I remember, I'll put a link for these guys. That Trailblazer doesn't have buttons on the driver door in this guy. So those are standard, and I'll put a link on there for the ones that I use when I have to replace them, because yeah, I do have to replace them every so often, because like whatever, it's like super cheap, but it doesn't matter. This Trailblazer is fanciful, and so she has buttons on her driver one, and they were a pain in the butt to find. So I actually had to spend more than like a minute and a half searching for them. So I will provide her these guys in the comments, if I remember, or if somebody reminds me, so that you guys can have that link as well. And you just like, you line it up, because like if you do it this way, that doesn't work. It's wrong, because like you can see where it's been. So you line it up, make sure that you put your stick in right, okay? Because if you don't, the Trailblazer is going to be bad. So this stick goes in this hole, and then you go, pa-chunk! Not really, you actually nicely pa-chunk it. Oh, and you got to make sure your feet are, you got to make sure your stick's in the right spot, and then you got to make sure your feet are on the inside. And then you nicely smush. Because if one of your feet is out, then it messes everything up. There we go. Oh, come on. This is why you have to replace these things. Because they do that kind of stuff. I'm not messing around with it a little bit more. I will tell you the answer. The answer is that this top part is not smushed it in all the way. Again, Trailblazers and they're smushing. And so if you smush this appropriately, then this will smush and stay appropriately. You guys are way too entertaining for me, just because like stuff is like, I don't know, it's fun, but now that I have people staring at me, like I'm just like, oh, let me be like dumb and weird, and I'm not dumb. Let me be goofy and like what's going on in my brain while I'm working on a vehicle. We still have 2 screws or bolts that we have to put in, which are in, not the one that has all the pieces. And you know, feel free to fast forward through my randomness. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Totally don't care. But I am going to make sure that I put my pieces back in my box, this box, because as of right now, no, because I still need this piece and my 10. So I'm done with my 10. So look at me being tidy. My 10 is going back in here. Put chunk. What is this? Is this an adapter? No, it is not an adapter. Admittedly, I do not know what this guy is. He has something bad on tattooed too. He goes back in there aggressively. And then this guy goes there, and then this guy goes there, but I'm still using that. And a 13! Well, I'm missing a 13. I didn't even grab a 13. So what we're going to do is we are going to take a 13. Do I have a 13? This 13 is not the right 13. No, it's not. Is it the right 13? It might be the right. It's not the right 13. Visually, it's not. Okay, so I'm missing a 13 in there. Maybe. Can I stick this one in there? This one? Ah! This one is not even the right color! How did I lose a 13 and gain a 13 and then not the one is... No, they are both... I don't know. Alright, they're both gunmetal. I have gunmetal because like sometimes people try to say that my tools are their tools and it does not. So I go with the gunmetal. Just to be a little different. Alright, so now this set is going to be good again. And this guy is the 7. You know, yeah, the 7 is what we used earlier. And we put our screws. And these are screws, and not bolt. They're kind of like bolts because screws technically have a point and bolts do not. So they're kind of screws and they're kind of bolts. But anyways, we're gonna put them in here so that they can be happy in their crusty little home until I clean this out. Which I'm more about fixing stuff than I am about like cleaning stuff. So maybe I will task someone with this. Wait, I'm putting them that way because I just screwed the other guy in. Alright, so we're gonna screw this guy in. Chunk. be a perfect opportunity for me to have a drill go vroom, vroom. It's done. But alas, they're all at houses. I'm gonna do this one. There we go. And then the cover, because you want to have things covered. And we are comparing the crusties to the previous crusties. And just so you guys know, that's why I was going for the middle of this, is because like of the way that the feet go out on the sides, like chunk and chunk. Because you pop this out, then one of these guys is going to go in and hopefully not break. And then you smush it. Again, Trailblazers, and they're smushing. And look, it is a happy door that looks like I did nothing to it because I don't have the right window. So now it's my time to say, make sure that you are getting the right window. And it could very well be, even though I was looking for the EXT, because both of our Trailblazers are the big ones and not the little ones or the regular ones, because we had to be extra fancy and we like having a third row and we like being able to put doors in our, like I could put a full-size door in either one of these trucks. And haul wood and a bunch of stuff. So it is like, it's a truck that has like a camper shell that can hold people. It's like the perfect vehicle for me for most of my stuff, which is why I typically like drive the crap out of my Trailblazer. And then we got another one. Anyways, if you have an EXT Trailblazer, make sure you are putting EXT in the search, because not all of your EXT parts will work with a regular Trailblazer. And I know that I did that. I just don't know if the junkyard realizes that there are two different sizes of Trailblazers. So now I have to take pictures of this window and compare it to the window that I have with the points. But if you have an EXT, before you get your window, hopefully you watch the whole video because you find me to be funny and entertaining and you wanted to know how to do it before you order the parts. So be that person that researches beforehand. Because all the videos that I saw when I was researching were for the baby Trailblazers. And these are the mommy Trailblazers or the daddy Trailblazers. They're the big ones. So if you have an EXT Trailblazer, do not get a window that has a point. And I'm going to show it to you. Because I would probably heavily suspect that either this is mislabeled as a different one, or the more probable, because I know way too much about Trailblazers, is that the EXT doors are bigger than the regular Trailblazer doors. And the regular Trailblazer doors have like a concave for the tire well stuff. The big Trailblazers do not. So, if you see a point, this point, it is probably for the regular Trailblazer. If you have an EXT, it needs to be rounded. It needs to be like this. Okay? Or like this. Like that. Okay? Xena will whine at you and bark at you because you went the wrong way. Stop it! So, you guys like and subscribe. Apologies for wasting your time, but you still got the end of the video and stuff. And I will see you guys with another video that will be appropriately labeled how to change out a window on an EXT Trailblazer. The original ones, because they were so cool that they had to bring them back as neutered little teeny tiny SUV specs. But it's not as embarrassing as like the Mustang Mach-E or the new Eclipse. Yeah, I have opinions, lots of opinions. So you guys like and subscribe, have a great day. Sorry for wasting your time, but not really, because you still got the install. You just didn't get the satisfaction of seeing this bad boy get put in there. So have a great day. Bye.